Well, hello. As we all know, I have made quite a few different posts throughout the last few days, and it's been all about me going off about the whole thing that's going on in the world right now. And maybe I should have explained a few things previously. I made a few jokes about what's going on in my life, and I wasn't quite ready to get all personal or anything of that nature. Maybe I should explain a few things to why I have freaked out. Because I was like the rest of the world in the beginning. It was like, it'll be over. I made a few of those posts, and then it got to get worse, kept getting worse, kept getting worse, kept getting worse. And I had to take it a little bit more serious. Um, why did I have to take it a little bit more serious? So, I would say about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I was what I was calling just getting old. And I was going through what I kept calling burnouts. Like I told you guys before, it's a post for 3 or 4 months there. I was working 10, 12 hours a day straight. But unfortunately, it had happened well beyond that. It just got worse since, well, pretty much 2020 it started. Uh, I didn't know what was going on. I've partied like a rock star since I was, I don't know, 17, 18 years old. I used to have this motto: the three favorite things that I love in life are cocaine, whiskey, and hookers. Still might apply, but unfortunately, that's truly how I lived my life for about 15 years, and so I just kept going. You're tired, you're burned out, you're exhausted, you're beat up. You truly have partied like a rock star. Not that I was ever a rock star, but I've done some other things, and I kept going. That's your problem. That's it. That's your problem. That's it. So about a month ago, give or take, month and a half ago now, I finally had done the wipeout, and I had worked that Saturday before it. So eventually, I ended up being crashed out for Sunday, all of Sunday, and I wish I was making the rest of this up, where I literally slept for almost 3 days straight. Sunday, Monday, I called in sick, and Tuesday I had called in sick. I knew there was something wrong. I didn't know what it was. I didn't have any clue. Your brain kind of does this thing. It always thinks the worst possible cases. It's like, oh shit, I got cancer, or whatever. Something's wrong. Stupid, you're dying. Because you have partied like a rock star. So it's like, oh crap, all those things you shoved up your fucking nose all those years, or all the alcohol that you drank, or shit, you finally caught an STD you can't get rid of. Different post later. So I'm like, all right, shit, this is it, So I took everything I had to seriously, just to get up, find the energy to go to Instacare, and so I'm in Instacare, and I check myself in, and and it's not that they thought that I had the pandemic or anything of that nature, nor did I, because I didn't show any of those symptoms. But obviously, you got to go through, they didn't shove the Q-tip down my nose. Excuse me. But they also, check your temperature and whatever else. So I'm sitting, because none of my symptoms were those. So I'm in the waiting room, waiting to be checked into the room, and I'm falling asleep on the chair. And so I get into the waiting room. They call my name. I get up, and they're doing the blood pressure, and they're doing the weight thing, which at 42 years of age, ain't neither one of those two things I'm very happy with. So fuck them. So I end up in the actual physical room, and I'm falling asleep in the room. So in comes the doctor, and I'm describing my symptoms, and like I said, this is throughout all of what's been going on in this world, which is kind of why I freaked out. And I'm going through all my symptoms, and I'm like, okay, here comes, we're gonna do a whole bunch of blood work, and this shit's gonna come out positive for something. Like I told you, I was thinking cancer. And then describing my symptoms, and he goes, well, have you ever been checked for diabetes? I had to kind of take a big deep breath because my brain went, holy shit. The exhaustion, the factor that I get up 5 or 6 times a day, or night, excuse me, not day, we're not even touch the day point of view, night to pee, and I kind of, I was diagnosed with prostate problems quite a few years ago, so I always thought it was that. But come to find out, it's obviously a combo of both. And I'm like, I don't know when the last time I was. It's probably been 5 or 6 years ago, easily. Since I've even seen a family physician. I am a typical guy. I don't go to the doctor unless I do absolutely have to. And so he's like, okay, let's run some tests. So they come in, they prick my finger, and they do the whole blood screening on that part of it. And it's really, really high, and my blood sugar was wasn't really, really low, or wasn't really, really high, was really, really low, which is causing the crash out. So I'm having a sugar crash. That's basically what it is. So we're doing whatever else, and I get so I kind of didn't see that coming. I'm allergic to chocolate. I don't eat that crap. I don't eat a lot of pasta. I do eat pasta like everybody else, but I'm not Italian in any way, shape, or form, so I don't eat that every day, all day, whatever, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Most of my food is, seriously, I am a meat and potatoes type of guy. I'm eating red meat, some potatoes, some vegetable. I understand potatoes isn't really that great. Truly, I probably eat more meat and vegetables than I do anything else. Because unfortunately I am, a little overweight, but I'm trying to, prevent that from me being, hugely obese and going, I'm fat and I can't wipe my own butt. That's not anything I want to be in life. I don't want to have to get something to wrap some toilet paper around and, have to, or hell even, wipe my butthole. I don't need none of that shit. But, so that's truthfully why I kind of been freaking out throughout all of this, because one of the major things that's susceptible to getting it was diabetes. I realize I'm not 50 years old, I'm not 60 years old, I'm not 70 years old, I'm not 80 years old with diabetes, but then again, like I said, with everything else that's going on in the world, and then you find out that you have the number one thing to ever catch this. You kind of freak out. You don't have much of a choice but to wear a mask. You really don't. You don't have much of a choice to hand sanitize because you have to prick your fingers to check your blood sugar. There's a reason why you are susceptible to catching this, is because you have to basically make holes in your fingers or any part of your body for that matter. I'm not a heroin addict, so I'm not doing nothing. Which basically makes an open wound. It's kind of pretty much like an STD for a man's point of view, where you basically, the only way you can catch something is to have an open wound. Well, you got to prick yourself, you got to prick your fingers to check your blood sugar and high or low, or figure out why you feel like a complete pile of shit. That's why. So I've been kind of freaking out. Maybe I should have explained that from the very, very beginning. But like I said, it was kind of personal. I made a few comments about it, and jokingly. So, anyway, thanks for listening. I'm old, tired, and broken.